Hi there, welcome back for day 30. This is the full sequence that I promised based on the poses that I taught you throughout the month, and more importantly, based on the research that found that yoga could improve insulin resistance and hormone balance for women with PCOS. So the sequence that researchers use to have this amazing impact on the hormones and the health of women with PCOS is the sequence that I based this sequence on. So you get to hopefully experience those same benefits that the people that were part of that research study experienced. So roll out your mat, try to set up close to a wall, and let's get started. Lie down on your back in the center of your mat with your legs stretched out long. And raise your arms up overhead for a full body stretch. Roll your ankles and your wrist, point and flex your feet. Maybe even wiggle your hips a little bit. Just get out all the wiggles. Show your body a little love. Bend your knees. Place the soles of your feet flat on the floor and place your arms down by your side. Walk your feet out so they're as wide as your mat. And place your knees together so they're resting inward. Place one hand on your lower abdomen and the other in the center of your chest. Close your eyes. Notice your breath. Don't attempt to change it, just notice. Place your hands down on the floor on either side of your hips. And walk your feet in so they're about hips distance apart, and separate your knees so they're about hips distance apart. Inhale, arch your spine. Exhale, round your spine for pelvic tilts. Inhale and arch. Exhale and round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Continue inhaling and arching, exhaling and rounding at your own pace. Come back to a neutral spine. Readjust in preparation for moving bridge. Inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, lower your hips to the ground. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your hips and your arms up overhead. Exhale, lower your hips and arms down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Last time, exhale, lower. Lift your right leg, drawing your knee towards your chest. Cross your right ankle across your left knee. Open your right knee out to the side. Bring your left knee towards your chest and interlace your hands between the little figure four that you've created, and interlace them either on your shin or behind your thigh. Rock from side to side. Come to stillness. Place your left foot back onto the floor, your right foot back onto the floor, and switch sides. Lift your left leg and cross your left ankle over your right thigh and open your left knee out to the side. Bring your right leg towards your chest and lace your fingers through your figure 4 and interlace them over your shin or the back of your thigh. Gently rock from side to side. When you're ready, come back to center and be still. Bring your right foot back to the floor and your left foot back to the floor. Roll over onto your side and slowly press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Place the soles of your feet together and allow your knees to fall away from one another and towards the floor. Place your thumbs behind your ankle bone and use your thumbs to trace along your shin bone until you find the spot right below your knee where the shin bone begins to broaden. Start to massage this spot. Now apply gentle, even pressure with your thumbs to this spot. I invite you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable to you. Bring your hands down to your ankles and begin to flap your legs up and down, encouraging movement through your hips, through your pelvis. Bring your knees up for the last time and place the soles of your feet flat on the floor and your hands down by your hips. Drop your knees over to the right and then over to the left, back and forth, right and left, right and left. Take your time. Come back up through center. Turn to face the short edge of your mat so that your legs are parallel with the long edges of your mat. Place your hands down by your hips, maybe walk them back a little bit. Flex your feet for staff pose. Breathe. Extend your arms up overhead on an inhale. Exhale, fold forward. And place your hands on your ankles, your shin, anywhere they may fall along the floor. Feel free to create a nice little micro bend or as deep of a bend as you need in your knees. Come back up. Place your hands on the floor behind you. Point your toes and lift your hips. Lower your hips back to the floor. Come onto your hands and your knees. Stack your hips above your knees and your shoulders above your wrist. Spread your fingers wide apart, creating a firm foundation. Inhale, arch your spine. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Come back through center. Place your big toes together and your knees, separate them out wide. Press your hips back towards your heels and extend your arms forward as you place your forehead down towards the floor or directly onto the floor. You can always return to this position anytime you need a moment to breathe or check in with yourself. Come back up onto your hands and your knees. Separate your toes and bring your knees in so they're about hips width apart. Step your right foot forward on the outside of your right hand. If you'd like to, you can move your left knee back a bit. Notice what happens if you drop your head down towards your chest in this pose. Does that change how you experience this pose in any other part of your body? It's interesting to see how everything's interconnected. Step your right foot back and switch sides. Bring your left foot forward on the outside of your left hand. And again, walk your knee back if that feels good to you. And play around a bit again with your head position and notice if that changes your experience in this pose and other parts of your body. Again, remember everything's interconnected. You get to explore that in yoga. Step your left foot back. And bring your hips back towards your heels and your torso up. Place your hands on your thighs. Place your hands on the floor in front of you and curl your toes under. And once again, sit back onto your heels and place your hands on your thighs. Remember to breathe here. Place your hands on the floor to uncurl your toes. Kneeling, face the long front edge of your mat and place your hands on your hips. Extend your right leg out to the side, lift your left arm up overhead, and stretch over to your right side. Come back up through center. Bring your right leg back in and switch sides. Extend your left leg out. Raise your right arm up overhead and stretch over to your left side. Come back up through center. Face the front short edge of your mat and place your hands down on the floor. Extend one leg behind you and then the other so that you're at the top of a push-up position or plank. You can also drop your knees to the ground, or you can stay up and plank with your legs extended. Place your right hand in the center of your mat and swivel over onto the right edge of your foot and stack your hips and your feet one on top of the other. Extend your left arm into the air for side plank. Come back through plank and switch sides. So place your left hand in the center of your mat, directly underneath your nose, and stack your right hip on top of your left hip. Extend your right arm up into the air. Come back through plank. Halfway lower, press up into upward dog, and press back into downward facing dog, hips in the air. Begin to bend one leg and then the other, alternating, walking your dog. You can bend both legs and press your torso back towards your thighs, and then slowly straighten your legs again. Walk your feet wide apart so that they're on the outside edges of your mat, and walk your hands back towards your feet. Turn your feet out to about 45 degrees and lower your hips, bend your knees to come into squat or malasana. Place your hands together at the center of your chest and use your elbows to press against your knees. Place your hands on the floor in front of you and straighten your legs, raise your hips, and heel toe your feet in so that they're right underneath your hips. Stand up for mountain pose and then walk to the front of your mat. And once again, stand in mountain. Place your hands on your hips and step your left foot back as far as you can. Bend your right knee so that it is over your right ankle. And turn your left toes so they are facing the long front edge of your mat. Extend your arms into a T for Warrior Two. Place your right forearm onto your right thigh and lift your left arm up overhead for extended side angle. Come back up through Warrior Two. Straighten your right leg and turn your right foot and then your left foot so that your left foot is prepared for Warrior Two. Bend your left knee. Place your left forearm onto your left thigh and extend your right arm up overhead. Come back up through Warrior Two. Straighten your left knee and turn your left toes so that they are facing the long front edge of your mat in line with your right foot. Place your hands on your hips. Bend forward at the hips and place your hands down towards the floor. You can use a block here or a chair. Whatever it takes to make yourself feel good in this pose. Lift halfway back up and place your hands on your hips and stand all the way back up. Walk your feet in just a little bit and turn your toes out so they're facing the front corners of your mat, about 45 degrees. And bend your knees over your ankles. Bring your arms up into a cactus or goalpost arms for goddess pose. Straighten your legs and step to the front of your mat, once again in mountain. Bend your knees as if you were sitting in a chair and extend your arms up overhead. Bring your hands back down to your knees. Stand up. I'm turning to face you, but you can feel free to keep facing forward. Come onto the ball of your left foot and place your left heel against your right ankle and slide your foot up so that it's pressing against the inside of your calf. Place your hands on your hips, and if you'd like to, you can bring your foot up higher so that it's pressing against the inside of your thigh. And you can bring your hands to the center of your heart. Bring your left foot back down. Let's switch sides. Come onto the ball of your right foot and place your right heel against your right ankle. Slide your foot up so that your heel is underneath your knee. Place your hands on your hips. If you feel like playing with your balance a little more, you can slide your foot up so that it is on the inside of your thigh. And place your hands together at the center of your chest. Place your foot back on the floor. Once again, bend your knees and extend your arms up overhead for chair pose. Fold forward and place your hands down towards the floor, either on a block or on the floor, your shins, wherever feels good to you. Make your way down to the floor and take a seat. Bring your hip as close as you can get it to the wall with your knees bent. Lean back onto your elbows and swivel so that your torso is perpendicular to the wall, and place your legs against the wall. Place one hand on your lower abdomen and the other at the center of your chest. Place the soles of your feet together and bring your heels down towards your pelvis. Place the soles of your feet against the wall and roll over onto your side. Lie down in the center of your mat with your legs outstretched and your arms down by your side. Place one hand on your lower abdomen and the other at the center of your chest. Notice your breath as you did in the beginning, and notice if it's changed in any way. Place your hands down by your side. I invite you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable to you. Roll over onto your side. Slowly press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. One leg crossed in front of the other. Place your hands onto your knees. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply and fully, extending your exhale, allowing your breath to calm you and calm and quiet your mind. Flutter your eyes open. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Give yourself a high five at the top. And bring your hands down together at the center of your chest. Thank you so much for moving and breathing with me. See you again. Bye.